Today is Tuesday, the 14th of November 2023. I'm doing a London session outlook. I'll start with the news for today, or high impact significant red folder news. At 9 a.m. we had claimant count change, which is the change in the number of people in the UK claiming unemployment. As you can see, actual was less than forecast, which actual was greater than forecast, which is bad for the pound. What this means is we expect GBP to fall rather than rise. Change in the number of people claiming unemployment. Actual less than forecast is good for currency. Actual was greater than forecast, which means it's bad for the pound. We're expecting GBPUSD to fall. If we go to our charts and just evaluate, so from a daily perspective, having a look at consecutive daily candles, as you can see, yesterday we closed bullish as anticipated, and the expectation is that today will close bearish because the probabilities of 3 bullish candles in a row is unlikely. Moving on to the 4 hour, as you can see, we have reasons to trade both long and shorts. We do have support of the 4H last point of supply pullback phase that was validated by supply holding, so that's something we need to keep tabs on. What I will do is put a alert here to say if we get a body break 4H, POI is invalidated. We do have reasons to long and short, but as per the daily bias, which only supports shorting, we can only short for the day, but this doesn't mean that longs can't play out. Remember, it's a probabilistic model, right? So that's the 4 hour. In order for this 4H Pro Trend Extreme to achieve its goal, we would need it to reach this target, the substructure target. Once it's reached that, then this OB essentially achieved its target, and we monitor for mitigating OBs because a new primary leg OB is likely to form. If we assess what's happening in this leg, we can see that this is also your chalk level. So once this is worked, we begin to validate we begin to validate a new primary leg on the 4 hour time frame. Moving on to the 5 minute, what you can see is we had an Asia high of today. Like I said, our bias was shorts. We had supply validated in control here. I was interested in shorting from here because this is unemployment news for the US. For GBP, I wasn't too concerned about not trading before this. We can be tapped into it. It's not an event that you don't want to trade prior to the release. However, per my rules, we need to wait for at least one side of the Asia range to be swept before we consider shorting from before we begin trading for the day. What we can then see is the claimant count news came out. I don't know why this, if you look at this, it's not showing unemployment rate news. And also it's not aligning to this, and it's medium impact news, so I don't know, you can ignore this. If we focus on the red folder news, GBP is anticipated to fall. This rally is somewhat, it doesn't necessarily make sense to me. Anyway, what it does mean is that we can continue to looking for shorts on the extreme approach following the new highs of the days. However, what it does also mean is we need to keep an eye out for USD inflation news. Trades need to be closed before USD inflation news is released, and we need to assess the implications of this voyage OB being swept, as it will introduce new 4-hour barriers. But yeah, I guess my outlook for the day is focus on shorts, take and be cognizant of news. Don't take trades too close to CPI, and ensure that you're out of any trades prior to CPI. You can then fade CPI news and look for opportunities after the news release, provided that the news release aligns with GBPUSD moving downwards. Okay, that leads to the conclusion of my outlook for the London session for today, the 14th of November.